Well, it hasn't been very close so far, but with another half remaining, still plenty of time left. Here's Fisher. 11-point game. Lakers are a good defensive team last year. Clark holding their opponents to just 33% shooting from beyond the arc. We know the three-point shot is the great equalizer. But to have that kind of three-point defense speaks volume.
It really does, and that led the league in that particular category, Kevin. Teams that relied heavily on the three ball really struggled against the Lakers, and I think part of that was the length. The Lakers able to get out and challenge that three-point line, and everybody is conscious of making that a key part of what they do defensively.
That's a good point. Artest, Gasol, and Bynum are the front court. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Kevin, there is no doubt that Kobe Bryant is one of the hardest working superstars in the NBA. He said, "I just want to get better. It's fun for me to learn new things. I feel like a kid when I have an opportunity to do that. As long as I play the game, I want to continue to get better." Kevin, his love for the game is what makes him such a gym rat. His passion unsurpassed.
Man, the game's in his veins, don't you think, Doris? It's what he loves. Thank you. And the Lakers defense, Clark, with their personnel, it isn't hard to see why they were so successful at that. You talked about length a little bit earlier. It's length, it's knowing the defensive rotations and filling in when you need to fill in.
Exactly. Everybody helping one another, recognizing what you're trying to do in your game plan. We're going to make it tough for other teams to beat us from the three-point line. That means everybody's got to rotate. Everybody has to challenge shot. So it's a recognition, and then it's putting forth the effort to get those hands up on three-point shooters. How heard the word soft and rumblings that he got manhandled by the Celtics in the finals? He started lifting weights 2 to 3 times a week for the first time in his career.
How about that?
Yeah, he didn't want to get that sand kicked in his face anymore.
It paid off.
Yeah, it has.
Here's Fisher.
They're playing them tight all the way up the court right now. Full court man-to-man deep.
The three. And again, the Lakers no good.
I think he's really starting to lose confidence in his shot. Those misses are getting to him.
Battier's shot good. Here's Fisher. Left side, Gasol. The alley-oop.
Boy, these guys have a terrific feel for each other. You have to in order to make plays like that.
Don't you think you can tell that they love being on the court together?
Boy, they're having a good time.
Here is Brooks. He has 6. Battier kicks to Yao. Stolen away.
To get back into this game, Kevin, they need to really concentrate on limiting the turnovers. I mean, it hasn't been terrible for them, but it's still hurting their cause.
The free throw drops for Kobe. Here is Brooks. Battier kicks to Yao. 13 feet out. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be matched up against Memphis. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Yao. He has 30.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
And Fisher kicks to Kobe. Pass to Gasol. Takes it up. The shot misses. Excellent D there for Scola. Rockets on offense. Trailing by 17. Here's Martin. Brooks. He's covered by Fisher. Draws the foul. He'll get a trip to the line. Aaron Brooks, Clark, the NBA's most improved player last season, and well-deserving of that honor.
Yeah, he was. First player to win it while playing for the Rockets, Kevin. He's a great shooter, tremendous explosive quickness, and he's excellent at creating space with his shot.
And so he hits both. Here's Fisher. It's tipped.
Not a single turnover in the first half for him, Kevin, but that ball control he had, it seems to have slipped away since halftime.
He's pummeled and will have a chance for 2 at the line. And there's the foul against the Lakers. And the first one drops. As you said a moment ago, turnover story potentially developing here. He needs to get that control back.
Yep, he's got to reel himself in, and if he does, then things will go fine for him and his team. But it's a challenge when you start having some trouble handling the ball to get it back.
Now here's Kobe. Covered by Martin. Kobe against Martin. Fades back. Kobe with the bucket. Kobe's got 26 points.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Clark, they're starting off the season against the Lakers.
One of several shots they'll get. 2 more scheduled meetings between these two teams.
All right, that was your Laker girls. Make some noise, fans.
Here is Brooks. 10 points for him. Let's go with a 3. And Kevin Martin, the bucket on the assist by Brooks. Martin's got 12. Fresh set of games here. They'd like to go up 1-0 and make a statement.
Starting off the series with the win, the pressure's on the other team next time you meet. It's a good position to be in when you can get that first one.
Find him against Yao. Arcs it high. So it's Houston now. A 12-point game. They can look forward to the Oracle Arena after this game to match up against Golden State. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Back to Brooks. Picked up by Kobe. Great play to stay with him. 32 points for Yao.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Here's Kobe. Hits the quick shot.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Brooks against Fisher. Behind the arc. Again, the miss by Brooks.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Outside our test. Jacks up the triple, and that one's good from Fisher. He's got 6.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
The Rockets really having a tough go here. Down by 15. And the basket by Scola.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope.
Here comes Kobe, and he has 28 points for the game. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Well, you look at Bynum. You know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
Well, I tell you what, this guy probably did not want the season to come to an end the way he was shooting the ball. He wanted to keep going.
Martin goes up, kept alive, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
Looking at the game for Scola, 10 points and several assists. There's been no let-up from him defensively or offensively.
Luis Scola came over to the NBA a few seasons back after a dominant career in Europe.
Yeah, you kind of wondered if he'd be able to translate his game to the size and athleticism of the NBA. There's no need to worry about that. He's proven himself in the league.
Yeah, he's answered the skeptics.
Yep.
The Rockets are an organization with great management, great leadership, but they've been hampered by their superstars' inability, Clark, to stay healthy.
That's been a significant problem for him, and it's been unfortunate. It's not something that you can really control. From when T-Mac was there to Yao's problems this last season, they've just had terrible luck with the injuries.
Martin, it's blocked. And it's the Lakers' ball. 17 points was their biggest margin. And it's Artest missing. It seems like they've always consistently overachieved with their role players, but you wonder if they can break through to become one of the powerhouse teams in the Western Conference.
That will only happen, Kevin, if Yao can stay healthy. Any contending team in the NBA has its star playing at a high level and playing most of the team's games, and we'll see if that can happen for Houston with Yao.
So for the Rockets, Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Yao. And it's Budinger in for Shane Battier. Here is Brooks. He's got 10. He's covered by Fisher. From the wing, And the basket by Scola. Scola's got 14 points.
He's really flipped the script with this performance here in the second half.
Here's Bynum, covered by Hayes. The shot's good from Bynum. Here is Brooks. About 5.5 minutes left in the third. Picked up by Kobe. Budinger. And sinks it from three.
You can see that they're trying to open things up here to get back in the ball game. They still need to work at the defensive end on getting some stops, but offensively, they're on the right track.
Now here's Kobe. And Bynum backing in. Connects from in close. He's got 12.
Your best bet is to deny him that position. Do your work early on defense. Once he gets inside on you, you've already lost the battle.
Scola defended by Gasol. Kobe with the steal.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Here's Martin, and almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. First free throw is good. Lamar Odom is checked in for the Lakers. Barnes comes in for Ron Artest. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Last season, after spending all his career to that point there, Kevin Martin moved on from Sacramento to Houston.
Yeah, and Kevin, it was a down year for him overall, just by a fraction, though, but he seemed to pick things up after he recovered from his injuries in Houston. When he's healthy, he's one of the dynamic scorers in the league.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, the Lakers are the defending champs 2 years running now, and Lamar Odom said, you have to understand you are now the target. Teams want to beat you. They compare themselves to you. Because we know that, we have to stay sharp. Guys, let's see if they can maintain their focus.
Thank you, Doris.
Even if the game isn't close, there's going to be a lot of those.
And if you look at Martin's career numbers and how he can fill it up, Houston might have gotten a real nice compliment for Yao in that trade.
I certainly think so. I'm anxious to see what a healthy Kevin Martin and Yao Ming can look like as a twosome.
For the alley-oop.
The steal led to an easy bucket in transition. That's a nice sequence.
Here is Brooks. He's got 12. He's covered by Fisher. From downtown. Kept alive. Scola backing down. Turnover by Houston. And this is what the schedule looks like for Houston. They'll be facing the Denver Nuggets. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Houston making some changes. Yao, he's checked in for Hayes. Patterson comes in for Luis Scola. And Shane Battier subbed in for Kevin Martin. So it's the Lakers now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Next up for them is going to be the Suns. That'll be at the U.S. Airways Center. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Right now, their offense is playing through him, actually going through him just about every time, and he's answered the call with tremendous play. Kobe having just a fantastic game. He's got 32 points, and he's come away with a lot of steals in this one. What touch he's got out there. He's hardly missed anything. There was a poll taken last season among NBA players asking which players had the best basketball IQ. Guess who came in first? Kobe Bryant.
No surprise there, huh?
None at all.
Now here's Yao to end the run, and that's good. Laying it in. Yao's got 34.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes them change plans.
And Clark, talk about Kobe's understanding of the game. We know about his skill level, but his awareness on the court really sets him apart.
Yeah, it does, Kevin. I mean, he grew up in a basketball family. His father played in the NBA. Jelly Bean Bryant played for a number of years, so he was always around the game, but he took it to another level in his diligence in studying the game and recapturing and knowing its history.
Here's Brooks. 12 points for him. He dumps it off. Great anticipation.
And again, they let the defense get a hand on the ball. A little carelessness there. It's difficult to win in the NBA when you give the ball to the other team so much.
Here is Brooks. With an assist this trip down, he'd have 10 for the game. It's back to Battier. Yao in the high post. Another miss by Houston. And it's the Lakers' ball. 17-point game. And slammed down hard. Another look on the Sprite Slam Cam.
Speed kills after every rebound or bucket. They're pushing it ahead down the floor. They're killing them on the break.
Here's Brooks. And for him right now, an assist this trip would give him a double-double. Barnes against Battier. They need this. No good from Yao.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
That pass was just a tad off target, and he couldn't quite get both hands on it.
Some changes for the Lakers. Ron Artest is checked in for Barnes. And it's Brown in for Derek Fisher. Here is Brooks. 12 points for him. Backing down is Yao. The shot misses. And the Lakers go with it the other way. 1:17 left in the third quarter. Turnover by Houston. They have a lot of ground to make up here.
They're struggling. Nothing seems to be working for them right now.
They rule this one goaltending. Cuff the shot. Here's Brown. He's got 7. Brooks covering. With the floater. And it's Brown missing. Here comes Aaron Brooks. Trailing by 17. And here's Budinger. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound by Kobe.
Normally he sinks that shot. His mid-range game is excellent. He just misfired that time.
And Shannon Brown with the slam.
What a strong move to the bucket. He never thought of anything other than the power slam.
You know, sometimes you see a guy just explode to the rim. That's what we got on that one.
Yeah, we sure did.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Yao. The rebound by Gasol. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Kobe Bryant, 4th.
Yeah, he had a terrific year last year, consistent, and ended up being one of the best scorers in the league.
Here is Lowry. And here is Yao. Lets loose for a 3. He played through 3 in the double-digit game going on here.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He has 35 points and also 3 steals. Passing and free throws, those are 2 areas where you love to get production.
Lakers on top, up 19.